Yes.
Hello and welcome back for even more Borderlands. Last time was a fun time. Everybody got back to Overlook. You guys had a nice sleep. The individual that wanted to talk to Jethro didn't cause a big ruckus. It was just an old friend who wanted to meet him. Wanted to talk and hang out and have a beer. However, in the morning, things rapidly shifted tone as several people woke up and chose violence. Zero explanation of what was happening as what technical rolled up with a big gang emblem blazoned on the side. A couple individuals went inside, while the group inside the technical itself were just sitting there peacefully. Barry decided, well, that's it, and exploded all of them, all over. Inside, Crystal started that fight, dragging everybody in, as it seemed that this was a coercion for a protection fee from the Holy Spirit. Quickly dealing with them and getting a couple new gadgets. You all sat down, got some free meals set up for you as a reward, before deciding to head off into the day after getting a little bit of information and a little bit of a supply run. Scouring through the day, it was fairly simple. You met one of your bounties who you simply got paid more for and they're leaving, and you killed the other one rather handily because, well, it was a single psycho, and you guys have a technical. Yeah, there's several of you. On the way, however, to look for the the strange and aberrant stalker, you guys came across the cave where you think it would have been located in the dens, were filled with corpses of dead stalkers through a myriad of wounds, traipsing down it following some heavy tire tracks. You saw a very heavily armored and weaponized Lancer, smaller than yours, but surrounded by Crimson Lance members. You caught a sight of them loading up the stalker you were after into the back in a cage, and unfortunately failed the stealth checks and got spotted quickly. Deciding to engage with them, you all approached, engaged, talked your way through it, before Royal Guardsman Apollo, as you found out later, approached around and asked all of you to come to the nearest Crimson Lance base, because the commandant in the area wanted to talk to you. Asking if you could stop by Overlook, you all did. Dropped off some of the stalker bodies for pay, dropped off one of the stingers to the medical officer to complete theirs, and numerous other bounties and side quests. You all agreed to head out and head to the base. Arriving at the base, after following along the Lancer, which kept you safe the whole way, all of you are led into the cafeteria. All told, you can eat and have food while your vehicle is getting replenished, and Jethro and Bertram were pulled off to the side to talk to Commandant Grant. After a decent discussion, topics were broached, actions were taken, and at the very end of it, Crystal, you, while in the cafeteria and a couple of you eating and munching, heard from Guardsman Apollo's helmet, like his comm piece, very faintly, "Please escort the two ladies to our holding cells. The mutated one to the med bay, and the large one named Barry off the premises." That right there, in that moment, as Apollo looks up and makes eye contact with you, what do you do?
As we're sitting at whatever, I would be sitting next to Nessa like I usually do.
Fair.
Very typical. So at that moment, I would whisper over, not even whisper, I would say over to Nessa, we need to go now. Grab her and hop into a phase walk.
I have an important
Start
question
running away.
for you. Do you have any iridium bars left to do so?
I do not need one to do so.
Believe you do. Your upgrade was for vehicles.
No, my upgrade for two things. Vehicles or a person. Right now I'm grabbing a singular person.
I added an or then. Well, okay, that is my bad. I wrote down wrong. If that's the case, you can do so. Nessa, this is an important question. Are you willing?
Yes.
All right.
I don't. Nessa trusts Crystal.
So, I would like everybody to roll initiative. This will happen,
Alright. Gosh.
but we're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh, good roll. See, duckies are good. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that initiative. Alright, then.
Does that include the other
That include
two?
nuts.
That includes you guys, yes.
Okay, so. I think I'll go first.
All right. Everybody ready?
Sure.
30 to 20. I mean, 30 to 25, because I have to ask.
26. Because you got fast.
Very true. Why?
Has Bertram failed you today?
No.
25 to 20.
21.
Just staying consistent.
Looks like Thaddeus is not chosen death today. Did you not wake up on the wrong side?
21 is...
Always good when there's a large gap in between the beat writing something and the player.
20 to 15.
17.
You both, I heard 15. What was Schmeat's?
17.
What did you say, Robert?
Don't worry about it. That Schmeat should get his vocal cords augmented so he can become a singer Schmeatloaf.
All right, 15 was Nessa. 15 to 10.
13
Hey, 13 as well.
plus 4.
I think that's higher than Jethro's.
No, that's higher than Jethro's.
And then Jethro. Think that is all the players. So, something to note here, Nessa, just in case, because you have a brief moment. This will leave text behind.
But you also left Barry behind. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
but-
Barry will notice the text that got left behind and grab him for you.
Just so you know, in case you wanted to shout any last-minute commands before this happens.
Like grab
Spit on
onto
the
the Barry.
floor.
Can I tell him to follow?
Before you phase out of existence. Follow us.
He'll know he's a good boy.
It's just the Pulp Fiction
alright.
guy.
He's a homie seeker. Tracker.
Does he? Does he really?
He
So,
does
In
now.
other words, somebody else could go and find that signal and track you down using it.
So,
Just
all right. Hold on for a moment here. All right, everybody hears as Crystal says, "We need to get out of here right now," and then her and Nessa from existence, as the layers of reality start to like expand out, going 1, 2, 4, 8, as it just and collars start to mesh. Everything seems to stretch for a second as you guys take off at high speed. Where are you going, Crystal?
Now we came in here some way. I just don't know
you
how
did.
far that thing was.
I can
how-
add a
how
reimbursement,
big it
as I
was.
forgot. This whole cafeteria is maybe 60 feet across and like 70 deep, and you guys sat rather middling, so you're only about 30-ish feet from the doorway that you came in. There is a bunch of tables around, like those long, like basically what you've seen is like lunch tables that we would know of. But heavier duty because of where we are. In the back is the bar with the food. Where you're sitting to the right would be the door to the outside that you came in from, and to the left is the doorway that Bertram and Jethro went through. There's a couple windows dotting along the edges and tops of it all. Apollo is currently like 15 feet away. Well, was 15 feet away.
Is it all on the ground floor, like one layer?
Yes.
This entire base? He says there's a
Yes.
window?
Yeah, there's some windows dotted periodically throughout the walls.
You might need a reminder, but we haven't actually gone all that far away from the car. Also,
I don't know how
No.
far away from the
Overall,
cars we
this
are.
base
That's
was
all
fairly
that was.
small. You'd probably only be. Well, hold on, let me look at the fucking map.
fairly close to the car, Thad.
260 feet away.
So
Do they have a
really
gate
close.
on the entrance?
There was a gate at the entrance.
but you could possibly go through the gate.
No.
You have
Alright,
fancy
Dylan.
car.
Let's
So,
give them a
uh,
chance to make choices.
My choice was to head towards the vehicles in whatever way I possibly could if it was faster. If that was going through the window or going through the door. I just don't know.
Door would
which
probably be
direction
just
it
as
was
fast as any of the windows in this case.
going. Now I might as well go through the door to avoid,
Window.
woods. But window would be so much cooler.
If you want to burst through a window, I'm not stopping you. Fuck it, burst through a window.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go burst through the window, because why not?
Yeah, destroy their
Alright, as you
property.
run and... What was that?
Somebody adjusting a headset, it sounded like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my fault.
It just starts like, whoa, I wasn't prepared for that. And everybody in the room just watches as they phase from existence, and the window just throwing it out into it. People out in the yard, as you guys are zooming through, are starting to like, just starting to startle in slow motion compared to you. Where are you headed? To the car still?
To the cars.
Alright. What is your movement with this?
120 feet. With my action dashing 240.
Alright, so you'll be just shy of the car.
Yeah.
As you flicker back into existence, maybe 20 feet from the car, as you grab Nessa, leap up. He's like phasing into this high momentum and high velocity speed you have, run across tables, out through the window, dragging her with you, and just streaking across this yard, vaulting like random little obstacles like tool beds here, or like a person in the way. And you just flicker back into it. Nessa, I don't know if you have motion sickness, but if you did, this would definitely be one of those moments of just... And that is where you
Get
are.
it started. We need to go. I'm overcome, so I'm saying to Smeet, you need to get yourself out. They're probably going to anesthetize you. It's not good. Get out. And that's it. That's.
Did you say it
6
to
seconds.
just Smeet
Is this
or
open
everyone
comms, I
on
think he said.
I said to Smeet.
Oh, it's too
Hang on,
short.
what?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is it open comms because that's just hit the button and go, or is it Schmeat, which actually is a dial-in?
I wanted to say just Smeet.
Okay, just Schmeat gets that.
And then you drop a 4-syllable word on the boy.
Alright, at this point, we will now start initiative. Barry.
Which is Barry.
What are you doing? You just watched, you just heard Crystal say, we need to get out of here now. Grab Nessa, flicker from existence. You can catch sight of her out the window near the vehicle, running at top speed. Just basically dragging Nessa, probably by something, I don't know what.
Well, right before this, there's also the fact that I also got a message saying, don't fight when they send me out to the place, so I'm gonna...
Correct.
Well, you
I'm
might
gonna
want
go
to.
and take a combination of those two options and say, I'm just gonna go, and I'm going to book it out the same path that they just took.
Right? The same window too?
Yeah.
I'll see myself out.
I want you to make an acrobatics check, because you're a lot bigger boy.
Grab your
I want
hat,
you to, like,
briefcase.
You're a bigger boy. I want you to just, like, try to, like, swan dive this or something different. It's harder for you to fit out of
What is it? Athletics? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. I'll let athletics work on this
But
one.
Dylan, or you could do a strength and just run through the wall. Like Kool-Aid Man.
Would you let me? Matt, would you let me?
I won't say no, but I will tell you if you try to run through the wall, it'd be very high because this is like a
It's
very
a
like
very
reinforced
big hall.
concrete style building.
So strength or athletics?
Athletics would be the check.
Athletics would be the check.
Are you Kool-Aid Manning?
Kool-Aid Manning.
All right, Kool-Aid Manning, roll athletics. I'll let it go.
25.
25 was literally the DC.
19 on the die. 25.
As you run forward, and for a brief moment, you start to like flicker, like the iridian lines, like purplish light veins, start to flicker on you as you shoulder down in all the energy channels. You smash into the wall, and it just a brief moment of detonation blows a hole through it as you sprint towards them.
There
Crystal
goes
and them
me.
outside. Barry just made a very dynamic exit. Everybody inside. Barry just made a very dynamic exit. Bertram and Jethro, you just heard an explosion and shattering stone.
God damn it.
Not
I
my
say
turn yet. I
one
can't
last
talk.
thing at the end of my
I will
turn.
say because you're doing this, I'm not going to give you this like the sprint of like whole turn sprint, but I'll let you dash still.
Okay. As I exit the door, I say, "There you go, Shmeat," and continue running.
And you are currently.
Yeah.
What was it? You would have a movement of 80 if you dashed, correct?
Don't fucking know. My normal speed is 40, so.
Yep. So yes, you're about 180 feet away from the vehicle. People are starting to react. You saw a couple people throw them. Crystal and Nessa would see this too, as a couple of people just throw themselves on the ground out of reaction to the explosion that just went off. Like hit the deck, get out of rubble, and a few of them are like baffled. The engineer, like one of the engineers you see in the like motor pool, just looks at this and just and shuts his door.
I love that reaction.
It is Apollo's turn.
All right.
To the people in the cafeteria, which would be
Just Shmeat.
just Shmeat. Watch as Apollo gets up, slams his helmet back on, and instead of the standard route, like Barry just gave him an opening, he runs forward, and he doesn't go around tables. He's going through tables as they're tossed and shattered as he just grabs them and throws them out of the way. And as he's running out of it, you watch as he starts to draw this huge cleaving sword that you start to see like a purple like alien tech running along the spine of it and down into the hilt whirring.
Oh, he's chasing friend.
And he is going to take the sprint action effectively. His movement's that times that, and he blitz past you, Barry. Like you get clipped by him and just stumbled to the side from the sheer weight and strength of this metal monstrosity. And he is now 80 feet away from
Sounds
the
like an attack of opportunity if he wants to make one.
He can make it if he wants. You would have an advantage.
Can I?
Trip him, drop him in the face.
Can it be a trip?
I think normally the answer is no, but I'll let you forego damage to make an athletics check against him.
Yes. Oh, it's even athletics. I'm good at those.
You can probably assume that they aren't. Given, that.
Is Barry's strength +4, by the way, Dylan?
Yes, that is indeed the modifier.
You should be at +7 for athletics then, not +6.
Oh,
Correct.
I didn't go any. That's scary.
Your proficiency is up to 3 now, so any
What'd
of
you
your
get?
stuff.
I got distracted. Give me a second.
That's fair.
What'd you get? Distracted.
That just happened. I mean, this big, like, metal behemoth zooms past you.
I got distracted. 22.
22. Unfortunately, as you go to trip him, he doesn't even notice as you, like, swing your leg out, hit, and you feel all of the inches thick metal plating around that smash in and just spin your leg out of the way.
You know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine
You don't
with
lose
that.
any
You
speed
didn't
or hit the
notice.
ground, but you don't trip him.
I did my best.
All right, Crystal, it's back to you. Apollo is currently 60 feet behind you, specifically. And you can see him locked on. He is running at you.
On escape? Anything?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Does Tex not get a move?
Tex does on your turn.
You skipped my turn.
You haven't made it to your turn. We didn't start initiative until after Crystal's initial teleport because that was a very surprising action of just gone.
First round, everybody was surprised except for her.
Oh, okay.
So nobody took
surprising
actions on
thing.
technically. The way this works is the very first round was only Crystal acting because only Crystal was aware of what was going on.
Okay, I thought you just skipped me because you were being...
No. I'm going down the list. You'll get your turn.
Everyone else used their action, movement, reaction, everything else to be surprised.
To go, what the fuck?
Ooh.
Crystal, what are you doing?
I need to know if there's a doorway or if the gate is open. Or if
The gate is not currently open.
Gate is not currently open.
Because it's been a bit, I'll give a redescription. So, from the technical to the gate would probably be about 500 feet. This is a decently small complex compared to what a lot of them are still. You're like in the back, if you're looking at the gate as the very bottom of this roughly square-shaped face on the side of the mountain, you're in the top left heading towards your vehicle. Oh, like the top left quadrant of this area, heading towards the vehicle right next to the motor pool. Which you can see the gas thing, a gas pump was just left in your vehicle. It seems like you see somebody, an engineer running away, kind of bailed on the whole thing in the middle of all this because explosions started.
What I'm hearing is that I made people run away. And so we won't have to deal with them for now.
Listen, there's a trained reaction to explosions, and it's don't get exploded.
So I helped! Yay! Something else that did also open up a big old doorway for Schmeat to run through.
So, what is Crystal doing?
I need the stats on this vehicle.
That
But I
is
don't
in
actually
bird
know them.
control.
Screenshot. Discord. Thaddeus. Plus button. Select. Send.
Are you getting in the vehicle then?
I'm considering it depending on the stats of said vehicle. That it has a cooldown to start up.
I think that start is half
It has a
speed.
penalty to the speed the first round. That is it.
I knew the Lancer did, but I didn't know this one would.
They all do. The Lancer just has a harsher penalty because of a heavier vehicle.
It takes more than one turn too.
Yes.
Hey,
Just as a small note, rules correction, as I applied this on the drive over, that it was an action to take control of the car. I am incorrect. Mounting vehicles and similar mounts takes half your movement. If you choose to use an action because you're out of movement, for example, you can. But it is only half movement. I do apologize for messing that up before.
As if anyone is at all aware of the intimacies of how to utilize vehicle in D&D.
It's okay, I'm working on it. I should have known ahead of time because I knew cars were a thing, but I didn't. So my bad.
here's the thing I'm looking for.
What is
There's
that?
questions I need to ask and things I'm looking for.
Ask really quickly. We can see if you can answer them in this time.
How tall is the wall?
Probably about 40 feet tall.
And is there a set of stairs leading to the top of the wall by any chance?
Oh, sorry,
Or a
40
way to
feet's
get
way
on
too
top?
tall. I don't know what I was thinking. 15 feet, sorry. 40 feet was way too tall. I looked at the wrong number in the middle of this. And are there any stairs to the top? Is that what you
Yes.
asked?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
towards the corner of it where you see some of the, like, periodically you see like a post, like mainly around it. There's like, I think one on each corner and then one in the middle where there's some people just standing watch. There's a small staircase that wraps up into this little tower bit that is on top of the wall.
I say it again.
So at
On the
each
top?
corner and then at the halfway mark on the sides, there are these small little like platform guard tower pieces that are standing on top of the wall, where there is a watchman at each one, and then there is like a small staircase up to each of these towers.
How far is the closest one?
Actually, not far at all, because the way the vehicle is parked on the side of the motor pool in this quadrant, you're only 40 feet or so away from one.
How far away is the wall?
The staircase would be the wall. Staircase would be at the wall, so 40 feet as well, to get to the base of it. What would you like to do?
Just
I was looking over high jump rules. To be
Listen,
honest.
high jump rules are funky as heck. We can work around that stuff. I don't particularly enjoy how the jumping works right now.
I just want to ask if I could just go jump over the wall.
That would be hard, but I wouldn't say
Given
impossible.
high jump rules, I think I can jump 15 feet.
If you look at the
Alright.
base high jump rules, it's 3 plus your strength mod up.
That's 12 feet. Never mind.
That is an insane strength mod.
You're so strong.
Because dashing decreases everything by my modifier. You include a jump and everything by that as well.
What feature?
My face walking. You increase everything by
Oh,
that modifier.
true. I see what you're saying. That is correct. I did
I
not
was going
consider
to
that.
see if I could face walk and just go jump over over the wall.
She also has a
I could
plus
let
9
you-
strength.
I would let you attempt this if you're face stepping, for sure.
I am indeed base stepping. That's for sure.
Are you just trying to vault the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you taking Nessa?
I want to, yes. How close is the wall compared to that tower thing? Again? I'm sorry.
The tower is pretty close to a straight line for you. It's 40. If you're as straight at the fault of the wall, it'd be like 35.
I might as well just go take the tower.
Okay.
Go up the tower, run up the stairs, jump off the wall.
You got 240 feet.
Normally it would be 240.
Okay.
This
No, I'm
round
asking
is
at your distance to
360.
run if you want. Actually, you
I
can
know.
make it to the edge first before you dash. As you sprint along this, as again, Nessa, the world just expands into like a number of overlays, and you start to enter the 3D mode of like a movie, like looking through the glasses, but even more colors.
If she mutates
And
you
your
too.
stomach upsides down again,
She's gonna close her eyes.
and it gets worse somehow.
Oh.
You make it to the top of the wall, Crystal, and you right where you are right now, dropping off the wall to the ground would probably be about 45 feet.
It's fine.
As you
no,
jump
wait.
off,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, as you jump off, you very quickly discover that momentum doesn't work quite the same as you hit the ground without taking any damage. I would like you to make an acrobatics check as you start to land on this rough mountainside. Because it is not built, as I described on the way in, it is not built on flat plains. It is built on the edge of one of the like arcing up ridges that make up the highlands.
23.
23 is enough to keep your foot. As you
Still-
hit the ground and keep running, you have running up that. To run up that would probably be the 15 feet up, the 40 there, 55 consumed, and then dropping. So you have, for your base movement, you still have 65.
65, then I can action dash.
Yeah.
Said, are there any crevices, crevasses, hills, valleys type things? Somewhere I can go to where I can easily hide?
The Highlands is full of all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That would be.
You'd have to keep
direct
running.
route
Probably you'd have to
out
keep
of it.
running for a couple moments to get away from this particular one where they're overlooking everything.
Fine. That's the way I'm running in. Yes.
Just running towards the nearest what sorts like break line of sight and get away.
Yeah.
All right. You dash the remaining 65 action dash. You're 185 feet away from the wall.
Because I'm not going to get another better opportunity to use this. I'm going to use my yoga feature that gives me an extra action. That's essentially action surge. And dash again.
And then you add to 305 feet away from the wall. As you step even harder, Nessa, you feel another layer of as the world around you compresses even more and elongates even more.
Ooh.
As Crystal pushes her powers to the limits. Flickers out of it, and you flicker out of it, and you know, Crystal, you're breathing kind of heavy. That was a strain on powers. But you did it.
What?
Coming out Grant's turn. As he looks over as this happens. Looks back at you two. Well, Bertram, I believe you will have your first mission.
I had things to talk about that. But I have to do it on my turn, because I have a scenario I have to do, for the sake of the audience.
Schmeat, what are you doing?
I got told big word and everybody ran.
They also
That's kind of what happened.
They also opened up a door for you.
Schmeatwad is very
He
confused.
finds a nearby vent and growls inside.
Here, how about this? Given everything I know, given everything about Schmeat, make an intelligence check to see if you know what euthanized means.
Okay,
no, you're not-
bring up bad.
You're
I'm
not
aware
dumb,
that's not
you
the
know
word I
this.
said.
But
It
your
is not.
memories are a little sketchy.
Roll a
Sorry,
7.
not that I
Me
go spell,
staying
and then I'll put
in this
another word.
building, living in the vents, becoming a menace.
I got a 7.
Oh.
That was a big fucking word, right? But you're not an idiot. You can feel like the mood shift, and everyone is starting to get on hostile grounds now. It seems. After all, Apollo did just draw his sword and run out the door, or the hole of the wall.
I think I'm gonna go chase after him.
Chase after Apollo.
He's going to attack party member.
All right. As you run outside, there is no he was running at the car, but there is no Crystal. There's just Barry who's behind him. No Nessa, no Crystal.
Gonna run to Barry.
Okay. You can sprint. You can catch up to Barry easy enough. You'd have to action dash,
I'll do that.
or you'd have to take the sprint turn.
Oh, action dash it.
Okay, action dash. You catch right up to where Barry is. As you leap over, well, I'd say leap over the table, but the tables are kind of out of the way, and you just plop off and hoof it over. Anything else?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Barry, Schmeat's right next to you. Nessa, it's your turn.
Part 1, vomit. Part 2.
Part 1, vomit.
Part 1 is vomit. That's a fair reaction.
Where am I now?
Not in the base. Along the side of this ridge, sprinting at max speed as Crystal's dragging you. Currently just drag you through multiple dimensions, it feels like.
What if I at least
Amazing.
grab her around her trunk, her waist, so she's not dragging by her head like I grabbed her by her
Oh, I
leg.
get what you're saying. No,
You
I
gotta
didn't mean
get
like
a
dragging by
foot.
the head.
Grab that bitch by the weave.
feel like that would hurt.
So you grabbed her by the waist and took off with her.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of like slumped up against Crystal, I think, at this point. You just vomited on the ground. I'll give you the benefit and say you vomited to the side and not on Crystal.
Not on Crystal. Hmm. How does Crystal look?
Crystal's breathing heavy, like she just ran a long distance, like sprinted hard for a very long distance, but not like incapacitated or anything of the sorts. I don't think. I don't even think Crystal looks particularly damaged, does she?
Unless they've acquired some new damage, they shouldn't be hurt at all.
I didn't think they were very much hurt.
No.
Okay, then yeah. Other than winded, she's there.
How far away can Tex hear Nessa?
I'm gonna say at this distance, probably can't quite hear.
Can he act on his own free will?
You gave him an order, and I'm going to follow that through his interpretation.
So he can't bite the tires on the car?
You gave him a particular order, so he has to follow that order. If he was left on his own, he could make choices.
Oh. You can't even think about it a little bit?
I did. That's why I paused for a second. But you did give him you gave him a solid order. That is what he's going to try and follow.
Okay. Not sure if there's anything that I can do.
Crystal kind of removed the two of you from combat.
Unless I just put a hologram around us and I hide us.
Hey Steve, you remember that rock being out there?
I think it looks a little funny. Let's shoot
That
it.
rock is moving 500 miles per hour.
I'll let you use your action to like throw up. Just use your action to like mess with the hologram each turn to try and help make it harder for you guys to be spotted.
Okay, cool. I want to do that.
Is this the... Which version of this is this? Is this the first level power or the at-will power?
This is the first level one.
Okay, so it maintains for 10 minutes, I believe. Alright, as Nessa throws up a hologram that just starts to, like, small, cubish, destruct particles float off and try to start covering and masking your path. Alright, you guys watch as Tex books it past you guys. Barry and Schmidt, Tex just books it past you. Running towards the line.
I assume Tex knows where the other people are then.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Bertram.
He's stupid.
What?
No, he doesn't.
What?
He's stupid. Don't follow him.
Bertram, what are you doing?
Alright, here's how the scene goes. Get off the thing. Send the message to Barry. Turn around. You need to resend that order. If they have reason to run, they will. And that right there will happen. Listen, if you think I'm worth whatever my bounty is, you have no idea what they are. You have an opportunity here. It's best not to squander it. So now I don't know how I'm gonna make it better again. And that's probably my 6 seconds.
Roll a persuasion check.
Natural 19 plus numbers. God damn.
The papers.
I opened up my phone to find my character sheet again. And because the screenshot of my character sheet was right there, I tried to move it.
Don't work quite well, unfortunately.
26.
Illusion war.
Roll a
over
perception
6.
check for me.
Perceptione. Perceptione check, not just my passive. Because I don't think I'm really looking
Perception.
around for anything.
Okay, if you want to go by your passive, we can use it.
Well, my passive is lower, but if you think I deserve a check, it'd be 19 total.
In this case,
but
given the situation, I'll give you one.
Sure, 19 total.
19 total. No. So he looks at you and just says, unfortunately, that, first of all. Unfortunately, her acquisition is is an uncompromisable decision. Our employers want her.
Well, of course they do, but it's how you use her that matters.
Unfortunately, our employers want her.
Bertram, you got the best chance of this. You better hurry up rather than argue.
However, if you wish, you can speak to them directly.
This isn't a hurry circumstance. They're in the wind.
Alright, Jethro, what are you doing?
Waiting. I'm not gonna be able to catch up to those guys. I know all of them are faster than me.
It's in lands. The people start proceeding to do their stuff. Which is try to figure out what the hell's going on for the most part. Barry, what are you doing, buddy?
I don't see them where they're supposed to be. Where they
No,
were.
you watch them disappear again.
I know. But Rex is going someplace.
Correct. He's currently heading for the stairwell in the middle of one of the walls.
Can I extrapolate from where he is to possibly be able to figure out where they went?
I'm gonna say that's gonna be a hard no because they just disappeared, but you can guess where he's going.
That's why I wanted to me. That's why I asked.
Yeah, no, I'd say you can't guess where they went, but you can see where Tex is going. And that he is literally heading, beelining, straight past you towards a stairwell.
That is kind of... Regardless, I know which my heading now. I'll be going that way.
Heading towards the stairwell? Taking the sprint thing, or are you just using your normal actions?
How big is this gate? How bad is it?
This isn't the gate. This is the tower.
No, I know. I'm aware, but how is the gate? How
The gate
destructible
was
is the gate?
15 feet. The gate was 15 foot wide and as tall as the wall.
15 foot
No, 15.
wide.
Yes,
Ah.
it had to be wider for heavy armored entrances.
Yeah, no, I was misunderstanding. I was thinking more like the gate was like, gate and not wall.
It is a gate that slides sideways along the wall to open up.
And it's 15 foot wide.
Correct.
Not long.
Vehicles
How is this
big.
moving?
You can see an engine, an engine track at the top and bottom.
I meant that a bit more sarcastically, but... Well, let's go up through the stairway to
Alright.
go.
If you sprint, you could make it to just up the stairway into the other side of the wall.
Yes. Wait. Give me a second.
Actually,
I have all
your
three
sprint's
pages.
200 feet.
What?
Is your sprint 200 feet?
I don't know. I don't remember what sprint stuff at mechanics are.
X5, what's your base move speed?
40.
So
Then yeah,
200.
you'd be just at the base of the wall. I'm sorry, I misjudged.
Alright. I rage? Or would that knock
You
me out?
can.
Or would
Well, you can't
I
sprint.
would
Right?
be able to sprint? Wait, I can't sprint in rage? I had to be at. Wait, no. What am I thinking? I have to go and attack anyways. So no, that's stupid. Ignore it. I made stupid.
Just sprinting
Yeah,
to the
I'm
base.
sprinting.
Right, you sprint to the base. As shouting starts, people are starting to collect themselves somewhat. And you run past Texas, you got a bit of a head on them now. Because now Guardsman Apollo's turn.
Wait, is it a action to message somebody to go and yell
No,
on the
you can
comms?
just speak to the comms. You can just speak to the
Crystal, what the hell's going on? Why are we running?
Heavy breathing.
Crystal,
this
if you wish
just-
to reply briefly, you can.
And that
Is it
is
just
on open
Crystal?
comms, by the
Okay,
way.
that's amazing.
That's just on open comms.
Just sitting,
Very.
just there in Commandant Grant's office. Yep.
It's fine with someone else answering, but Barry would like to know what's going on. Why am I running? I think that should be the end of the turn.
We've been
what's
betrayed. Smeed is going to be killed. You're fine. You do whatever. I don't care.
All right. And moving on from that to Apollo's turn, who's going to judge the situation. Assess. Crystal is currently gone. Barry's not the target. Schmeat, he had orders to detain. So he stops in the spot, takes a moment to look, turns around. And you hear like that deep, like the gravelly voice he had before, just detain him and point at Schmeat and start walking forward.
Real world.
Fuck.
It's neat.
And Schmeat was decently far away, which helped him.
Notice this at this point.
Point of clarity, orders on Schmeat were taken to the med bay.
I know.
Oh, he's gonna go to the med bay.
With
I
my
know,
half
he said
hour
detain.
of 12, do I even notice this? With me
You
being
notice
focused
what?
on Rex? With me being
This?
focused on Rex and running away and
Yes, you
running
hear
into
him. He's not a quiet man. You hear him.
Okay.
And
I'm
as he
gonna roll
walks
for
forward,
wondering what that means.
Yeah,
11.
Schmeat is very confused.
That's enough. You know what that
I
means.
just saw this man run past me after them, and then he's turning around.
Because they just disappeared. You watch them flicker from view again.
Why am I now the target? Why am I getting targeted?
You were always
by
part
this?
of the target. You were just second priority.
Because you ran the slowest.
You ran. You ran slowest.
Crystal said,
And?
fuck, neat, he can do it. That's
He's
his
going
problem.
to stroll forward the 80 feet, close the distance. He's going to be 100 feet away from you. And as he walks forward, you see the purplish the purplish alien technology along the handle and the base of the spine of the blade start to whir, and you watch fire start to trace along it as like these red circuit lines light up along it. And the armor starts to just heat up and start leaking. You can start seeing heat ripples come off.
Gonna put it out there. He's been in a bunch of fights and stuff like that. He knows what danger is. This is a fight he's not gonna win, right?
Bam. Bam.
Just roll me a wisdom check. I just want to see how this works. Just roll me a wisdom check to represent, like, you're very much a feral animal. You've been in a lot of fights. I want to see your size up of this man.
13.
13. Yeah, considering his sword is the size of a full-grown man, and the fact that you can visibly see the heat coming off of him, it would hurt substantially to fight him right now. You'll probably be in a lot of pain.
Everyone else ran away.
and there's a little voice in the back of your head. Like, it's not like something you're consciously aware of, but there's just like this kind of like small instinct from the back of your head screaming to get the fuck out.
Or you're going to Suplex City.
Action sprint and fucking any direction away from that guy.
Alright, if you turn around now, you could run away the other way towards a wall if you want.
Vent!
You gonna follow
One
Barry?
that's not just a
how about
direction
this?
that's
Clatter, clatter, clatter.
If you're
an
facing
escape
him,
route.
if you're facing him right now, the gate is to your left. What wall are you heading towards?
Gonna jump over the gate.
You could run up the stairwell next to the gate.
How far away is that?
Hold on, drawing, painting image in my head. 300 feet.
I'm a running.
All right, your max sprint option there would put you at 200 feet then, I believe. As you just, oh fuck, as the instincts kick off, your hackles raise, and you just revert almost like a primal instinct and start barreling off towards that direction. You make it 200 feet that way. I'm going to say until the start of this, the Crimson Lance mooks turns, they do not get attacks of opportunities as they're trying to piece together what just happened.
Confusion.
Confusion's a very powerful thing.
Dude, they hurt themselves in their confusion.
Also, I accidentally skipped Crystal and Commandant's turn, but those two don't directly interact with this, so that's fine. Crystal, what are you doing?
Justinessa, do you have anything that's tracking you, or a signal, GPS, I don't know, robotic stuff?
Do I?
Tex.
Tex would be looking for me.
You know exactly where you are at all times. So, stop him. Like now.
Do I have to wait for my turn to do that? Can I do that?
I'd say if you really wanted to, yes, you cut the homing signal. But you'd have to wait till your turn.
Okay.
Commandant Grant.
I go, you stay.
Sorry, Crystal was finishing.
No,
Oh.
follow.
I'm gonna say I'm not smart, so I don't know if the echoes can be tracked like that. But I feel like they can. Thaddeus feels like they can,
Nebulous.
but I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna use
In
bonus
your
option.
particular experience, I'll say for Crystal, your particular experience, you've lived on Promethea, which is an extremely crowded planet, which means with the population density, following any single EchoNet trail you've known is like top of the line, top tier, anybody hacking can do. Like, not anybody, like, it takes top of the line people. It's an extremely difficult thing to do from your end.
I saw that base. Would I believe that they have the level of technology to potentially be able to do such a thing?
Make an intelligence check.
Cool, that's my intelligence. The one character that doesn't focus on hates it the most. 13.
13. Probably not, and if they can, definitely not quickly from there.
Okay. Better to be safe than sorry. Rip it out, drop it where I am. Dash
Alright.
away. Bonus action phase
drop-
is first.
You drop, step on your EchoNet, and you phase you guys again. I think that is your last one for the day.
No?
Or for the short rat.
That's
It's their last
an
one
hour.
at the moment, correct?
Yep.
Alright. Sprinting off in the same direction.
No.
Nessa,
not
are
the
you
same
still
direction.
continuing it?
She's gonna let out a tear and she's gonna cut off the homing signal.
It's not your turn yet. I'm asking if you're going with Crystal.
Yeah, well, duh.
I have to make sure. All right, as again, reality extends, layers over, folds in, colors swirl through your eyes, and you're ripped forward again at an impossible speed. And you guys are another 240 feet away. Pretty far away. Effectively, at this point, I'm removing you guys from initiative because you are very far away at the moment. And if you keep moving, I'm going to ask if that's the case. Keep moving and looking for a hiding spot?
So, moving, looking for a hiding spot. Yep.
All right.
Quick question: how big is Tex?
Tex is probably like from like feet at the bottom to the top. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Max, but I believe he's about 5 feet. He's a big raptor.
He's a
big
big boy. He's big
He's a
enough
big sword, probably
for me to ride him.
Yeah, so probably about 5 feet from ground to the top of the back, which is mostly level with the ground. And at that size, probably with the tail, almost like
He's
9
all
feet
tail.
long.
And here I was thinking he was like
long
half
tail.
that size. Well,
No,
I'm
he's
sorry,
a
He's got
Max.
long
Saurian.
tail.
I'm sorry, Max. I was going to offer to go and grab him and take him with me, but that's too big. I'm sorry.
R.I.P. my friend.
What?
He's gonna be held hostage.
All right, and with that, it brings it to Commandant Grant's turn. And as he said last time, you can talk to the employers directly. As he reaches over, fiddles with something on his desk, and the screen in the background that you had seen lights up, flickers into life, and sitting behind a desk, staring into probably some kind of camera of the sorts to project this. Slim, lean build, nice black suit with a deep purple tie, and the makeup that follows with slick, short black hair. Bertram, you recognize Murmur.
Eric doesn't remember who that is.
Fair. So, as a brief reminder, what is the thing? Chief Executive Murmur is the second in command of Anshin. Directly below the director and CEO of the company.
Vibrant eyes.
With very deep, vibrant purple eyes meets yours, and Bertram! It's been some time.
This doesn't look like Atlas.
Would you like to talk? And the lips smile, stretch out a bit farther.
At some point in time, but he just dropped his call on me, so like I need a second to prepare. Especially since it's you, and that doesn't look like Atlas.
And we'll move on to Shamit. Which is,
I'm
sorry,
running.
we had your turn already. You sprinted the 200 feet. Nessa,
You.
Mm-hmm.
are you cutting the beacon?
Yeah.
As you reach in, you pull up the device. It's like a pack on the side. I feel like on your belt, probably. And you punch in a code, and it wears down slightly. Anything else with your turn?
You should probably drop your comms as well. I don't know if they can, but some people can track those. It's better to be safe than sorry, you know.
Nessa's gonna let out some tears and she's gonna drop her comms.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Can Tex work at his own free will now?
Tex is operating following the last order he was given.
No!
You will roam the desert forever.
Islands.
We're not in the desert.
It's gonna be that episode of Futurama that makes me cry.
Do you want the dog?
What other episode of
Anything else?
Futurama makes people cry?
Anything
I
else?
mean,
there's
that is the
about
first
3 or
one that
4.
came to my mind.
Anything
The
else
worst
for
one,
Max's
man.
churn?
It is.
No.
Okay.
It really
the
is the
worst
worst
one is when he
episode.
sees his mom.
Bertram, what do you
There
do?
are a few.
Yeah, it's a dog. That's worse.
Puppy is worse.
The puppy's worse.
It's definitely the mom episode.
Gathering my thoughts. Can you give me a moment to gather them, or do I have to do this now? Just
Gives
calling
you a
people
small
and telling them to
hand
talk's kind of rude, I say, looking over at the commandant.
They are the ones you have to persuade.
Ooh, candy. Candy.
Ooh.
Jethro, anything?
Well, shit hit the fan. What do you want us to do?
I wish to hear, and Murmur will speak of this time. I wish to hear Bertram's proposal.
Well, I have
We'll
to
move from there.
slightly edit it because it involved a lot of trash talking action, because I thought I was talking with Atlas, so.
Do you say
Principal
this
answers
aloud to them?
Yes.
No, I think that's Arik.
That's out loud.
They can,
You're not dumb.
Oh, that's out loud? Okay. Interesting.
can Jethro start using his hacker kit to attempt to locate where Crystal and Nessa were going?
You would need to find a relay station to do that.
Okay, I didn't know what all that required.
No, you would have to find a relay station to try and track
They
it.
weren't being overacting.
So I was just gonna sit there in the office and just sit there and ping and just very much. Well, that one's destroyed, but
No, it's not as simple as that. Like, you could reach out and signal them, but to actually start tracking hardline stuff, it would be a lot harder than just sitting at your Echo Net.
okay.
Crimson Lance, they're going to start getting themselves together. A lot of them are pulling together and moving towards Schmeat. A couple at the gate are going to open fire because they got told detained.
How many is a couple?
4.
Okay.
A baker's couple.
I don't know.
What is your AC, just to make this easier?
It is... I want to say 6... 15.
15. Alright, 3 of those hits. I would like you to make 3 con
It's gonna
saves.
hurt. Shoot me with fucking tranks.
I am. Make 3 con saves.
Pew 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 pew. Ding 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 ding.
There's just
Really
one.
woozy.
There's just one guy walking on the ground inside of a cardboard box.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Shoot.
I'm sorry. That would have worked. They know better. I'm gonna roll damage because they have to break your shield first.
I have no shield.
You don't?
So
I know. I do. I do have no shield.
He's got the one that's resistant to
you
explosions.
take 8 piercing damage.
New shield is 25, if I am correct. Yeah, 25 shield.
You take 10 piercing damage. So 18
Okay.
total right now. And then 10 more piercing damage for 38 total. Is one of them misses as you juke to the side.
Okay, the one that breaks the shield, does it still go? It still goes through.
That is a bullet. You take the extra damage. The trank has not hit
Oh.
yet.
Oh god, question.
You said it was
Question,
35 damage in total?
28 damage in total.
Take 3.
As they just churn and pull out guns and just try to shoot and bring down your shield so they can start to detain you.
That hurt.
Question.
That brings it back to the top for Barry. You're at the base of this wall. Oh wait, no, sorry, I forgot to act on something. During this turn, Tex just barreled past you up the stairs and rammed into the guy at the top and rode him off the side. Before continuing off, you hear the steps. Probably can't hear the steps, but you'll probably see in a minute.
Okay.
Of course, the sound of the 45-foot jump.
You hear a.
Now, before I talk about that, I have a very important question I just realized.
Huh.
I don't. What vehicle did we take?
You guys
Did
brought
we
the
take-
technical.
Oh, thank God. We don't have our.
The
loot in
Lancer is
there.
not here currently.
Yeah, the Lancer has our loot.
Mhm.
For a second there, I was a
All
bit
the
worried.
party funds.
What? What?
Nothing. Carry on.
Was that party bombs?
They're carrying
Found
around the
party
money. Because we needed a money
Thaddeus has the
carrier.
money?
Yeah, I was gonna go put them in the Lancer, but then we never stopped by the Lancer. So I just been carrying it around.
And now you've ditched and run.
So what's Barry doing?
Oh, fuck this shit, I'm out. No, is there any thing I can do, athletics or acrobatics, to, you know, cushion my fall so I don't take like 1 billion damage jumping down there?
It'd be an acrobatics to land. Fall damage doesn't get reduced by acrobatics, unfortunately, but it is only 2d6 at this height.
Half
So it's
damage.
acrobatics to land roll? So it's half damage if I stick it, right?
No, this is just to see how you land because you're jumping onto a mountainous slope. You're still taking the 2d6 fall damage either way.
There's no way I can't, you know, hang on to the slope and not.
This time it's a sheer wall down.
Wait, no, you said 2d6?
Yeah.
What am I talking about? I almost have 100 health. 82. Okay, yeah, so acrobatics.
Yep.
Are you sure it's not athletics?
In this case, I'm going to ask for acrobatics. Because this is about your balance and landing.
Well, it didn't fucking matter. So 19 on the die plus 3. 22,
That is
man.
enough. As you hit the ground, tuck, roll, and avoid some of the rocks, you pop back up on your feet, and you only take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Does that
As your
count against
shield
my
flames.
shield?
Yeah, it starts at your shield.
Oh, so it did fucking nothing then.
And
So it
then
did 9
nice.
points of damage to your shield.
you keep running?
Which way did Tex go?
Alright, I'm going to ask you this. Are you just going to keep following Tex?
Up to the point where he stops, yes.
Okay. I will say, you do notice him stutter and look confused, like head whip back and forth for a second before continuing on.
I'm gonna assume. I don't know. I'm gonna assume. I don't know. I'm not good with technology. I am bad with technology. I'm gonna keep following Tex and assume that he knows where he's going.
Alright. For the moment, because they are not concerned with you, I'm going to take you out of initiative and Tex out of initiative. If things pick back up, I'll re-insert you.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that what?
Schmeat versus the entire base.
It's
Crystal
kind of what
and
it's
Nessa
down to.
are off on their own, going one direction. Me
And
and Tex are off going in our own direction. There's Bertram and Jethro off in the office, and then there's just Schmeat.
Hey, good
Really?
job,
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys decided to split
Hey,
the party heavily.
no.
Here we are.
No, it's Schmeat and Apollo.
It's Schmeat and Apollo. You're
Yeah.
about to find out why his name's Apollo.
And like all the other guys.
And all the other guys.
Who the heck is Apollo?
A
Guardsman
nerd.
Apollo
What?
was the massive, 7-foot tall, thick plate, power armored individual.
No,
Who is
she means
that?
the
base.
Apollo, you would think he'd be faster.
No, she means the other
For
one.
real though.
He did just dash 200 feet and around. That's for the future stuff.
No, before I do it, I say through the comms. Don't worry, don't worry, Nessa. I'll take care of Rex. We'll find you.
Unfortunately, Nessa, you don't get to hear this because you ditched the comms.
Yeah,
I'm aware of
she's
this.
just sad.
Mary isn't aware of this.
I know, I'm just letting her know.
Just echoing
Still
out
over open
with the
comms.
air off the ground.
What's that?
Crystal's running. Commandant Grant is sitting back waiting to see what's happening. probably getting an update on what's happening in the situation. Shmee, buddy. What's up?
Just shoot him 80
The
times and be
main
done with
man in
this.
Initiatives. He's ahead of the Alliance in initiative, so. Oh, sorry. Apollo's got to run forward. Why do I keep skipping Apollo's turn? I don't know.
I don't know, but keep doing it.
It's
Inconsequential
Man.
and doesn't do anything.
You got
No
pretty
one's-
far away. He closes the gap. He's running as quick as you, so he maintains his 80-foot distance behind you currently.
And
Gonna catch me.
one with the vehicle.
Me can't drive.
He can try.
What happens when you back at him onto a
Like a
corner?
cotton hill.
What are you doing, Shmee?
I am back into a corner right now. There's only
There's the
Sure,
stairs
yeah,
you were heading
wall.
towards still.
Like Barry just went off.
you mean with the people up there?
There's one at the top of the stairs. There's one at the top of each of these platforms.
All right, gonna
There's
gun
just
for
people
it.
on the ground who are also shooting at you.
And they fucking get out of there.
Alright. Just sprinting like before? Yep. Alright. As you vault, run up to the top. Run up the stairs and leap off the edge. They are going to make a snag at you. The guy, Lance member at the top. And try to, like, snag you. I'd like you roll an acrobatics or an athletics.
Attack of opportunity, grapple.
If I'm letting weird shit fly, I'm letting weird shit fly.
It's an attack. It
Alright.
flies pretty well.
Although Shmee is...
He's
Oh, boy.
both small, oddly fuzzy, and very strong.
Correct! What'd you get?
11.
On the dice, right?
I got a 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 5 plus 6.
I rolled
Athletics.
a 9 total. So...
Fuzzy little bastard gets away.
You just... He goes down to grab you and goes, alright, hold on, and reaches down to fucking snag you, and you just, bam,
No touch.
smash the hand away, and launch off. And it's only 15 feet down to the roadway, currently from this side, so no fall damage. Ouch.
Sweet.
What are you doing?
So, and then you keep booking it down. I'll say you get like 80 feet down the road. I will say, off in the distance, you can see Barry and Tex hauling ass in a different direction.
Your Velociraptor's gonna go on side quests. Earn its own moniker. Levels. Gonna come back with a bandana.
This is going to be one roided out Saurian, Robo Saurian.
Very much
So what
approved.
gang is it representing?
We'll find out.
And his sidekick, the monk, Barry.
Alright, Shmeet's down. I'll let you choose. Do you wish to divert towards them or continue straight? To give you a better descriptor, you're currently on the side of one of the upward sweeping ridges of the Highlands. You currently jumped off and are running down the road that leads up to the main gate of this. Off to the side, you can see off a little ways, a good little ways in the distance, is Barry and Tex running, like, hauling ass away.
I'm gonna run in their direction.
Alright, you're gonna split and head towards theirs. Fortunately,
Yeah.
initiative doesn't end for you because base is still within range.
Target still within firing range.
That's out. Bertram!
I use my turn to go, hold on, initiative's happening, and my player doesn't want to restart his train of thought so other people can have turns.
That's fair. Jethro?
I'm just here.
Okay.
I'm waiting for.
Crimson Lance's turn.
I'm waiting for the talks to start. I'll be with the talks. I
Right,
have a stuff to add then, but that'll be then.
I'll pull you two from this then, effectively. This is down to what Schmeat does then. Schmeat, they're going to make... Look at the distance here. There's going to be 4 attack rolls against you still, because you are over the wall, so only people on the wall can shoot at you.
Didn't one of those guys get knocked down?
Yeah, but there's several along the walls. There's a total of 8 on the walls. Not all of them can see him.
Okay.
But effectively, 4 are going to make it up to a spot where they can shoot and do so. Let's use the fuzzy dice. The ducky dice, I mean.
Okay,
Why did I
yeah,
say
that
fuzzy?
makes more sense. Otherwise, I was very concerned.
Yes.
One of those misses.
The fuzzy
I need you to make
D20.
3. I need you to make 3 con saves.
He's got a set
Okay.
of bullet dice.
You're not supposed to have the fuzzy dice out.
That's for later.
Just concerned that they wouldn't roll very well.
Innocent bean. Anyways.
Not rolling too good. Okay, so I got 11, 12,
13?
and then that one
Oh.
for 7.
I am shocked.
Dice don't
No
like
such
me
thing as a
today.
critical fail, but you know.
Barry, roll a perception check for me.
Me? What?
Roll a perception check.
I got the perfect name for this one now.
Me.
Yeah, this is weird. People don't fail things.
It's because
story
I'm sick, it's going
knows.
onto the die.
9.
Story wants him back with this
You
squad.
don't see him. Go down. You are currently poisoned and unconscious, Schmeat. Initiative
Barry,
is
wait.
over.
Other mouse.
Right in my neck.
You were the slow one we sacrificed to the bear. I'm sorry, Smeet.
What? Is it slow?
We don't have to be faster than the bear. We just have to be faster than the other people around us. And you
Yep.
were the only one who was the slowest.
We had a 4-way party split.
I found
Even
one
the
is-
robot is faster than you.
No, the
After the guy
exactly
who
fast
I
as
said
him.
run away from.
I was running away. I ran as soon as
No.
I could.
Initiative is over. Schmeat, you are currently being retrieved now that you would be aware of it.
I'm feeling a little
Bertram?
woozy, guys.
As the world fades to black for Schmeat as he stumbles and staggers back and forth.
So,
And eventually-
Get Turner's comms off.
so can,
What do you do?
so can it be assumed that in the immediate, the 2 groups that have escaped are escaping? And will continue
Those two
to
are
escape
effectively
until
out of
such a
reach.
time
I'm
something
gonna
else
give you your
happens.
Talk.
Okay.
The 2 groups are out of effective reach for the moment. You have time to talk. This is where you get your chance to talk.
Well, obligatory, do you want to talk with everybody in here, or do you want them all to get the fuck out again?
I don't have to want to hear this.
I think this time we're okay to stay.
Okay.
Yay.
Just early on in the session, you didn't want to scare him, I see.
So don't make us
Gotta
mad at
wait.
you.
I gotta time my leaves. So, you had a proposition for me, Bertram. I'm curious to hear it.
Well, before that, just for my sake and for conversation's purposes, can you relay exactly how all this happened with you there?
It's very simple. As I'm sure you're aware, the Crimson Lance is first and foremost sent out by Atlas.
You cut out in the middle of that, Matt.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's very simple and straightforward. As you should probably be aware if you've done your homework, the Crimson Lance is first and foremost a militant mercenary group lent out by Atlas.
Simple monetary exchange. Kind of boring, but you know, whatever. So, given the things that have occurred up to this point, I take it there's not just a merc/capture on my head like I was forced to assume whenever she teleported me away?
There was at the time. However, a Commandant Grant has been very persuasive on using you in exchange for obtaining crystal. And keeping you at employ instead of otherwise.
Now, what exactly do you mean by obtain?
You remember your job.
I do remember my job and how horrifically poorly it went. You have, or it might be more accurate to say had, at this particular instance, a chance to let them stop running. A chance to actually use them as an ally, let them do what you want them to, but of their own accord. Of course, that might be very difficult now, but it still maintains. Assuming the same thing happens with Crystal as it did with the other one, well, who's to say where the fuck the magic stuff is gonna transport to next?
Indeed, it's a problem that the Siren powers are very elusive when they want to be. Tell me, Bertram, do you know what it means to be a Siren? You know what it does to you?
It looks like it causes you to have questionable taste in outward aesthetics.
It's fair.
Also magic. Spelled with like a J, a C, and a K.
Do you think an ability that intrinsic into their being now doesn't change them? They were never going to stop running. They're very pig-headed, they're very stubborn, they never listen. In the end, almost every siren in existence turns to causing problems, chaos, and anarchy. Would you like a tally list of the previous ones and what they did?
I'm
No.
sure they did, but even if they never stopped running, they're likely running two things. On your list, are there any examples of them doing something, or just being a general nuisance?
Multiple almost genocides, planets destroyed, countless slaughtered.
And you have
Why,
every
the
reason...
very planet you're on was almost destroyed by a siren. Each and every instance of one of these individuals pops up, and they cause problems and more and more. So rather than try to play the same fool game that everyone else has played, we want them to figure out what does it, what makes them special, and we'll continue from there.
Feels a bit too absolutist. But it remains that they're far more capable of achieving an end if they want to go toward that end.
Oh, very much so. The problem is the end is never in control. You kind of seem to be missing the point and trying to apply too much logic to inherently illogical beings.
From what I've seen of her, she's only as illogical a being as most people are.
We're on Pandora. That's not a good statement.
Okay, she's doing better then.
Indeed. And this time it was sin. She ran this time. She got away this time. She's jumped across all of this. Have you ever wondered what that'll do? Look at you. You've already been consequenced by this. You were hunted for a while.
Your status updates happen very quick.
They did happen very quick, and that's why I was persuaded to let you back in. But see, the simple thing is I don't trust her. I would never trust her to follow along. You're trying to pull off the supposition of every person acts the same. I'm pulling off of what every siren has done.
What's Nessa got to do with this?
Thank you for confirming that was her, by the way. No, Nessa is a means to an end. A trade for a favor.
Pretty big favor.
It is. But it's absolutely worth it.
I'm just curious why the bounty was so high.
I believe Commandant Grant listed it off to you as corporate espionage.
Yes, and I was a bit more interested in on what.
It's not my problem.
Fair.
I have something I want and the price is her, so I'll get it.
Not a fan of this, but I recognize whenever I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
So Bertram, do you want to return to your life without being hunted, getting some support?
Of course I do, anyone would.
Or do you wish to continue objecting? Pandora is going to be very unpleasant soon, and you don't want to be there.
Did you not hear what I just said?
I missed that bit, sorry.
Said of course I do, anyone would.
Fair. Indeed. Anyone would, and Pandora will be a very unhappy place come soon.
What's happening soon?
Stick around, you'll find the surprise. Can't
Well,
ruin
if
it
I'm
yet.
supposed to go siren hunting again, I think I'd better know about it so it doesn't take me unawares.
I think it's vault time.
Partially. I want to see your answer. You've objected too much for me to be comfortable.
I recognize whenever I'm pushed between a rock and a hard place.
He wants a clear-cut yes or no.
She.
Oh, she?
Yeah.
Listen, man, we've had effeminate males before.
I know. I'm just clarifying. About this point, you hear over the comm pop up. You hear Guardsman Apollo saying the deformed one has been captured. Fortunately, the other two got away, and we have no current method of tracking that.
Okay, so it seems like they have Schmeat.
Probably send someone to go get a rolled vehicle before they take that.
What I want is to not be hunted, be able to do everything I was talking about with the Commandant before this revelation. And to make sure that at the very least, Schmied has a chance to undo whatever the fuck that science center did to him.
He'll be sent to one of the best medical facilities.
Is it a very similar one to the one that did that to him? Because, like, if you just want a raving maniac, there's like 18 psychos around a corner here. It's kind of crazy.
Is that of any concern to you?
Moralistically, but in the end, not really.
Moralistically is a funny word to hear from you.
I do jobs. I don't stab the person walking next to me in the back, especially not if they're on the same job.
He's property of Anshin, and he's being returned.
Just heard that right?
No.
No.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious and really far away.
So we await your
Whoa.
answer. So we await your answer, Bertram.
What's the question?
What? Are you going to join? Or are you continuing the question?
Well, after that fiasco last time, I have to ask more questions, but I will rejoin.
Welcome to the employ. Get a debriefing on a direction from Guardsman Apollo and see where you'll be headed. Secure the wildlife, even more so than normal. Might be in your favor.
I'm allowed to raid the armory.
By all means. She looks down. Equipped him, Commandant. Now here's where I ask you a question. Are you genuinely joining them? Or is this a ploy? This is above game.
Above game, it turns into a ploy at the last second.
Make a deception check for me.
Actually, no, the duck dice have been doing me well. Strangely. That is a sideways ass duck.
All the dice that Dylan have given me have been immaculate.
For a
You're welcome.
26.
Okay. As for you, looks at Jethro. You're not on my radar. Commandant, he's up for you. Have a lovely day, and it was a pleasure doing business.
Sounds like I'll be in the armory.
Oh, and do say hi to Crystal for me. I'm also looking to having her back.
Well, if you're wanting her back and able to, talk, probably won't be pointing out that you're behind this. Gonna have to go back to the Atlas argument for that one.
Oh well, my greetings will get through eventually. And just boop, hits it off.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, you have your missions. Proceed. You, I should clarify, take some time on R&R, we'll get you settled in. Pandora is a rough place.
Jethro, who's been drawing on a napkin this whole time, just has some schematics for sort of like a Half-Life style heat crossbow, except for the top of a truck.
Commandant, I am tired of being shot almost to death. Let's go fix that, please.
Of course, we have some equipment on site.
Yay.
It's a button, pages through. Private Jeffrey, please escort Bertram to the armory. He needs to equip himself and get ready for a job. And he gestures at the door as it opens.
Who gave you these Empire-ass doors and a settlement in Pandora? It's amazing. Walks through.
Do what?
Nothing.
Okay. And we'll flip back to you in a minute. Crystal and Nessa. How far are you guys going?
Yes.
Do you
We are
have a
going.
heading in mind?
Away.
Nessa doesn't know Pandora. Nessa knows nothing.
Are you stopping for anything?
I have no intention of going in any direction where we've already been, so any of the stops we've been to before.
Just running off in a totally new direction. Opportunity's not been to. You know where that is?
I'm going to opportunity. That's
Opportunity it is.
I said not going to
Oh,
opportunity.
I thought you said I'm
That's
going
dumb.
to. Okay, opportunity's not on the map. Just running off into the wilderness for the moment. Are you just going to keep following Tex, Barry?
Yes, I am now his sidekick.
Alright, I need to roll something for Tex.
He's now become his own main character.
I'll be back in a minute.
Alright.
I miss him already.
Look at you and
I would
your
like you to
cat.
make a con save, Barry, because Tex does not need to stop, and he is not limited by things like fleshy bits.
Clink, clunk, clink, clunk, clink, clunk, clink, clunk.
Alright. On save, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 20 sound here. A nat 20 sound here.
That is more than enough to keep up as Tex keeps running. Actually, that raises a good point for Crystal and Nessa. Or is it dead sprinting this whole time still? Is this a hard March day?
Nessa is not used to running.
Yeah. Until we can find somewhere to hide, because I run.
Make con
Nessa doesn't
saves.
run.
Nessa is wheezing and crying and throwing up.
Right.
Make con saves, please.
You just ate before this, don't care.
I didn't eat.
I didn't eat. 25.
Nessa.
I'm doing math. 24.
Okay, that's enough to not suffer any penalties.
Nessa got a second wind. She threw up and now she's good.
There you go. Laying the load. We flip back to Bertrand.
Fortune?
Bert-
Fortune.
Private Jeffrey leads you to the armory. Leads you down a couple of turns, opens the door. It's not a very large one. As I said, this is a small base, but there is an armory in here. Are you looking for anything in particular, or shall I start listing things? Because they have a number of firearms of most of the makes. They have a couple of armor sets.
Highest
They have a
priority.
couple of...
Highest priority is armor, potentially better shield, potentially better bonk bonk shield that we can send somebody to tape a fucking kitchen knife to.
I have to ask because of yours, physical shield or the energized shield?
Well, both if they happen to have a better shield, but physical
Okay.
bonk bonk shield for bonk bonk shield.
Unfortunately, a bonk bonk shield does not seem to be in it. That is not a common piece of equipment.
Worth looking for.
They do have what would equate to +1 of the basic armors. And they do have what you're cleared for is up to a 30 shield capacity. Or a 20 with an effect.
What effects are on?
Such as the current effects here are Roid shields. You can have those. For activating to the damage, you can have a Nova shield.
Are you running roids as like extra dice or extra base, or how did those work?
Base one is a damage die. Anshin gives you. There's also Anshin shields here, obviously,
It's obviously now.
for adaptive resistances. And then a Hyperion for a basically, what's the term?
Takes away
Then
from
there's the
shield.
Hyperion shields that add effective like the B.
Yeah, but those make
You
your shield go
subtract.
away.
They do subtract some of your shield on the first shot.
Do the ancients once have adaptive resistance and a bonus to health?
The current ones have either a bonus to health or adaptive resistance.
Either or. I could potentially regenerate my health, and damage die is probably what I want to go with there.
So an Anshin shield that increases your health?
Yeah. No, a Roid one.
Oh, a Roid shield. Alright. You have a base Roid shield, it has a 20 shield, and when the shield is depleted, you add a d4 to melee attacks.
Actually, let's... Arik, let's go with the adaptive action.
Okay. Adaptive action has a 20 thing, and you have resistance to the last elemental damage type you took.
Probably won't matter over much, given 20
And
is
it'll
not
reset
very
at
much.
the end of a minute.
That doesn't carry over once the shield is broken, does it?
No. Oh, wait, no, ancient ones do, correct.
I don't know.
Nope, they do.
Okay, then that sounds like a good idea.
For example, if you get hit with fire, the first one you do not resist. However, after that, you will resist fire. If you're in the middle of resisting fire and they hit you with corrosive, you take the full corrosive, and then it'll shift to resisting corrosive.
Well, that's fine, but if it transfers after shield, then that means that if they keep doing it, you know?
Correct. No, correct. I was just explaining for clarification purposes.
I'll take one of those. And then armor. Let me see which medium armor doesn't impose disadvantage. I think it's breastplate.
Breastplate is the highest that does not impose disadvantage.
And that's like what?
It's a base 14, so with a +1 it'll be 15 with up to 2 decks.
Hooray! Slight bump! Feels so much better now.
More ACs, more AC.
Okay. There's some healing vials if you wish to collect them, and that is the most of the armory right now. There's not anything super advanced.
We're gonna work
In
with
fairness,
that.
I should specify, there is a couple of Atlas pistols and assault rifles.
How are you running those to know if it's worth it, or if I'd rather just stay away from that mechanics because it seems annoying?
So one short rest, you can shoot them with a tracker bullet, and as long as they're not behind total cover and they are within range, you attack normally, even around corners and arcing from above.
Okay, so it's not like a magic missile, it just hit them with tracker
It is
thing.
a smart bullet. It will track to the targeting beacon, but it cannot just ignore cover fully. Like if it's full cover, it'll stop it. If it's anything less, it doesn't care.
Well, in that case, one of those pistols is probably good.
Okay. It's the normal statistics for a pistol besides that effect.
And what is it to cast the tracky thing?
It's just one of your attacks. It's a once per short rest ability.
And that one doesn't do damage?
It'll do normal bullet damage.
Okay. New mechanics!
It is. They are good. As you are loading this up and getting yourself equipped, you see Apollo walk by outside, just palming Schmeat by the back and heading down the hallway.
Happen to know where that one's going?
To Private Jeffrey Blick. I believe they said to the med bay.
Okay. Go that way then.
Also, you would have heard that bit from the comps.
Gotta go there then. Thanks for these things. I don't think that there's anything else I'll need. Except for basic
Gives a
travel shit.
you can pick those up on the way, the cantina on the way out,
Yeah.
as long as the commandant has cleared it. All right. Would you like me to lead you to the med bay, as you expressed interest?
Yeah.
I shall, and he will gesture for you to follow and lead you down a couple ways. Let's say as he leads you down through the building, as you see some stuff, you pass by a couple different rooms and such. You enter the med bay, which is a small little office with a couple, like, just a number of medicines lined up on the wall. Some you see like a couple gurneys on the side for if they needed to run stuff out and in. And currently being strapped down to one of the heftier gurneys is Schmidt. Excuse me.
Give him a look over, see what the hell's going on. Probably just a bunch of darts. I mean, like, visual.
No, just make a medicine check.
Okay.
They reinstalled his shins already.
My god. 16.
16. You recognize a little bit of tranq darts, having probably used similar yourself before. You watch as, like, a couple sign, like, he starts to move and stir. Schmidt doesn't have long before he'll wake up.
Okay.
Just thought I'd let you know. Currently, there are 2 medical officers dealing with him, and Apollo is at the back of the room, checking something on his EchoNet.
Towards Apollo. So do you know yet if you're gonna have to play babysitter whenever they send me out to try to go find that siren that seems to have just ran off?
He looks over at you. Helmet's currently tucked under the arm as he's looking at something. No, you're not important enough for me to be bothered right now.
I wasn't at all worried about me, it was the people I'm supposed to go find.
And if you find them, let us know if you need assistance, and I will probably be dispatched. However, I have bigger problems to deal with.
Like what?
Things are not clear to know.
Okay. Whatever's a bigger problem than one of the legendary magic people that can open vaults. Gotcha.
And he just keeps sidling through. Not sidling through, not throwing, sifting through his EchoNet. After a few moments, doctors, do you have this in hand? They just give it, yeah, we can get it from here. He's pretty well strapped in. Nods, puts the helmet on, and
Bundles
starts to head
away.
out. Stops at the edge of the door, turns back around. I don't trust the Commandant's decision in this moment.
Pertaining to what?
So don't fuck around with this. And then he'll turn back to leave. What would you like to do?
See how this goes for Schmidt, because they're hopped up on all the drugs.
That's fair. So, Jethro, just as a quick, effectively, are you taking some R&R and working on designs, it seems like?
Yeah, would have had a statement with the Commandant. I would have waited for him to leave with the Commandant to just pretty much to make the comment of, you know, he's probably just going to run the second he can, right?
I've considered it.
Yep.
It's worth
Maybe
the chance. He gets one.
Yep. I'll leave the consequences of that to you when that happens. I'm gonna go take a look at what I'll be working with in the future here.
Head over to the motor pool if you want. That's where you'll probably start with.
Will do. And yeah, so just doing R&D stuff.
Okay. Schmidt,
Getting used to this
buddy.
area.
Yeah.
You start to slowly stir. And move, and you feel something you are intrinsically familiar with. Restraints. Specifically, medical gurney restraints.
Tell him to
What
freak
is
out
your
immediately.
initial- I was gonna say, what your initial reaction? Okay. Almost immediately, as you see him start to stir and eyes start to flutter a little bit, he starts to like move, and then stop, and then just start fucking losing it and ripping at the restraints.
It's manic panic. He's just. You know when you hold like a wild animal by his like scruff and it's trying to bite you, it makes the.
Just gonna grab one of the doctors and drag him back before he bites him in the throat.
You save one, and the other one gets bit on the hand.
He's not getting his hand back.
No, you take a chunk of the meat of the outside of the hand off. He's like, son of a. I'm gonna go deal with this. I'm gonna go deal with this now. And he walks over to one of the other counters in the room.
If he can't get out, he's gonna start biting through his arm.
Currently, you are restrained. And unless
Bonus
something
action.
changes...
See, don't you have like a rage that makes you go real big or something? Give you
Bonus
claws,
action,
fangs.
beast tail.
Oh, beast tail! Oh shit! What are you doing with your beast tail as you start to like thrash and spot, roar, and you?
It's got a blade
watch
on it, right?
As it's got spines on it,
Cutting the restraints.
and you watch as the tail just suddenly whips out.
Actually, I'm gonna tell that one doctor I bit his hand first.
and make an attack roll. I'd say he's just within reach.
Let me read. I gotta open up my book.
The man just ran over to a sink to just grab whatever he could to tie off.
Yeah, he
And
did, and this is
blood
about to end real badly for him.
Okay, there we go. Oh, that's a 19 plus 3, 22.
Oh no, that hits. Damage.
What is the tail's damage? Is that a D10? Is
It's
it
a-
basically alarm?
It's a D10. That's 13 damage.
Right, 13 damage as you lash out and just tail smashes out, like wraps around his throat and starts pulling and cut, like the spines start piercing and tearing into him. This man is dying right now, almost dead from that one attack. We're probably gonna have to roll initiative in a second unless Bertram does something.
Currently, I'm keeping this
There's
guy back, and now we're
thrashing.
both staring in fear at the scene from Independence Day.
Basically, as he starts thrashing and spot, there's just suddenly a tail that lashes around somebody's throat and starts ripping.
Oh, I can attack
His
twice
spines
now.
dig in. Go ahead and roll damage on the second one. I'm not going to make you roll again. You've got him with this for the narrative's sake.
9 damage.
9 damage as he finishes ripping out, and he watches the guy spins and is thrown across the room. His spines tear out into leaving him impaled on him, and he goes flying across the room.
He's just screaming, not again, never again, not again, never again, over and over.
What are you doing as the other orderly is like fumbling, it looks like, to get more tranquilizer? The other doctor in the room.
Me?
I'm asking Bertram because he hasn't acted yet.
Fumbling to get more tranquilizer, you say?
Correct. He kind of got startled by this. This wasn't on the list of things to worry about.
And there seem to be pokey spines now.
Oh yeah, lashing all over the place on this tail.
Are any, like, staying in the guy?
Yes.
Cool.
A couple of them came out as he ripped away. Just stayed stuck.
So we've got trank darts, right?
They're working on it.
Can I take a trank dart and make this orderly take a nap?
Absolutely, make an attack roll.
He's
You
already
just pick
taken a
one
nap.
of them and stab him.
Attack roll is plus numbers, a 12 on the die. I don't think they're armored very well.
No, these are medical armors. There's not armored. On the die, I rolled a 2. Guess what? Their con mod is not amazingly high on the con saves. You just and they go limp and fall on the side. You currently have a brief moment before this noise starts to get attention.
I'm watching Schmeat.
Sweet, what are you doing, buddy?
I don't know if he's of a state to where if I say anything, it'll matter.
He's if there's no one trying to grab him, he's doing everything he can to get rid of those damn restraints.
All right, then. I've got this. If it's assuming that Trank was one attack, Bed is second attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna get his restraints off him, and then, for what it's worth with Schmeat, I'm gonna say, you probably have a few seconds. Get yourself out of here quietly. And then I'm gonna go take some of the...
Can't hear you.
that's fine, but I still said it. It helps me. I'm gonna go grab some of these spines, stab this man that I just anesthesiated, whatever the fuck that word is, and then going to sigh heavily.
I'm not gonna make
Grab
him
a
roll
sedation
vocal damage
thing.
because he's on the ground unconscious and not very strong, so you just...
I'm not trying to kill him.
Oh, just impale him on the side some.
I'm trying to make it look like this fucker mutated, and his spines were able to knock this guy and me out, as I'm going to poke myself, and then sigh heavily and make myself take a nap before tossing it into the pile of useless needles that are everywhere.
You're going to knock yourself out?
Yes.
Okay. Schmeat, you are free. And everybody on the ground is currently on the ground and not doing anything. What are you doing?
I'm just bolting the fuck out of there.
Feels like a
Alright,
fire
running.
base. If it has actual camera, then I might have to do something else, but I don't feel like it does.
Not extensively that you saw. You should start fucking running. Roll a d20 to see how fast people start to react or how far you make it.
I got a 12.
Alright. Moderate place. You make it at the building before they start to react. This is not a huge building.
Does he end up going through the motor pool?
Not through the motor pool because of where it is. I'll say you're over by the motor pool talking to one of the other engineers is the new guy, like, hey, this is what's happening. You look over and you just see Schmeat explode out of a door running at top speeds. Schmeat, are you just trying to get the fuck out?
Yes. Did they take my weapons?
They did.
Fuck it, I don't care.
You are currently out of gear.
No shield?
Out of gear.
Alright. That's fine.
Jethro will just, alright. We containing it or letting it go.
Engineer looks at you and says, I'm a mechanic. I ain't fucking with that. Do you see that thing? That is like every horror movie crammed into one, as this tail is just like flashing all over the place.
I know, I've butchered at people for face jerky and whatnot. Anyways, if I miss here, shit's gonna get lit on fire, isn't it?
You don't use fire around here, please, as he looks over at the gas tanks that line up on the side of all this. Number of tools and everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, well, someone in the heavy armor can take care of that. He's faster than I am. Yeah, he's faster than us.
For the sake of this, I'm going to turn this into a skill challenge instead of a combat again, because a combat will take extensively long. Schmeat, what is your process for trying to get out of here as you burst out of this building? And you see people start to react, guns get drawn, everything.
Running away from them, gonna see if I can find... If I can't find one, I'll make one.
As before, the stairwell is still there if you wish to go up it.
Is there
I will let you
another
make
exit?
an athletics check for the first one, then to try to push and run.
Okay. That's better, 25.
25. Right, that is a success as you just start bolting, across the way here, dogging past people. A couple of them tried to grab you as you go past because they didn't have time to get their guns out, but you just slip past or just shoulder check them out of the way. One guy gets in front of you and you just jump on him, like slam into his chest and knock him down and keep running up to the top. This guy's up top. As you hit the top of the wall, what are you doing? I asked for your second skill to this challenge.
Top of the wall, if I look back, am I over the fence?
If you jump over the wall, you'll be over the fence.
I can use acrobatics for that.
Absolutely. To try and add, like, land and nimbly get down this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Scale the walks, make your acrobatics check.
23.
23.
I should be taking some damage from this, right?
No, the wall to the ground is less than 20 feet right now, because the nearest one would drop you at the gate still. As you hit the ground and just start clambering down the mountainside, running as fast as you can, like strategically tumbling almost, like it doesn't care if you slip and fall as long as it gets you more forward. People start to alert. They're going to, I'm going to say, because you're still within sight, I'm going to have a number of them make shots at you. I only need you to make one con save this time, as only one of the darts actually finds purchase.
Oh, because I have my talent, I can add my AC.
It is a 24.
What's this going on? Can I hollow net Bertram just to see if he responds?
Absolutely.
Oh, never mind.
There is
That's
no
a creature I
response.
can see within 10 feet.
Oh, unfortunate. But anyways, it was 24. That would still be an extremely high roll.
If a creature you can see within 10 feet of you hits, yeah.
Okay.
That's a gunshot. That's
One con save.
Excuse.
Does raging do anything to con saves?
Unfortunately not.
I feel like that's one of those things where we feel like it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I made that mistake as Dave quite a bit for a while until we actually looked and went, oh wow, no, we've been doing this wrong.
Stop sneezing back
That's
there.
gonna be... it's gonna be 18.
18. 18 is definitely a pass. As you keep sprinting, what's your last skill check to try to avoid any effects? As people are firing up vehicles, it sounds like. As you clamber down this like cliff face rapidly.
My survival. Oh, there it is. Survival. That would work, right?
Survival for what? You're gonna tell me the skill check you want and how you want to use it.
Self-preservation?
I respect the choice. Survival would be things like finding a lay of the land, finding ways to like navigate the land better than most, finding tracks, finding food, things like that.
Oh, is there like a crevice anywhere I can climb into? Tunnel?
So,
That
like,
would probably
like,
be more of a
like,
stealth check.
it could be survival if he's looking for like a thresher
Skag down.
track or skag
How
down.
about this? With the situation we're going here, I'll give it to stealth at a lower DC or survival, but the DC will be a bit higher since it's more of a hiding effect.
I trust stealth.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, nat 20.
At 20, as you're running and you just look and you see loose dirt and the remnants of a hole in the ground. And as you hear bullets and darts smash into the ground nearby, you just throw yourself in and start going.
Hide.
So, Bertram, you wake up a few minutes later.
Did they take my echo net too?
They took everything. You were going on a medical thing.
You're just butt ass naked in the wild.
This other guy okay?
As you come to, roughed up, but not dying.
Dust them off, see if they're ready to come to consciousness.
Not quite as well as you. You're a bit hardier than most. They're still kind of like groggy and not fully lucid.
There any like low-grade medical stims around here that might help him out?
Probably. You could make a medical check.
Roll dice. 18 on dice. Dice is broken, Dylan.
Or yeah, you could probably get a low stim to help him out. You just grab it, take the one, and go, this seems right. And give him the shot. He just, whew, wow.
Pat, you good?
Oh, eyes were dilating huge for a second as he's like processing what's happening as he's waking up fully.
I see what I look at what one I grab.
You grabbed a small dose of adrenaline, basically.
So he's way over. Gotcha.
He's like, oh no, moments.
Meanwhile,
It'll wear
that
off
dead
soon.
guy over there,
Lethargic.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. There is no helping that. And very quickly, the doorway is filled with Commandant and soldiers leading the way first.
Apparently he can grow a tail.
Well, that'll be added to the list of dangers. Very much good to know. So, what happened?
They had him on the table. He was getting restrained. Barbed/bladed tail came out. Did that. We got hit with a couple barbs, as you can see. And then we're waking up now.
I'll give you deception with advantage because you did stab yourself.
Yes.
I was gonna ask where Bertram stabbed himself. Did he just like...
Wherever I put the barb. So whatever direction was facing Schmeat at the time. Which, given
Probably
my
like
current
along the arm
thing...
and shoulder.
Actually, it would probably have to be along the side because the entire thing was that I defended Medical Man.
Oh, fair. So along your side.
Natural 18 plus billion.
For
7.
a moment of that.
So,
Take
25.
7 points of damage from the stabbing yourself.
Okay. I hurt my bow.
Alright. What was your deception? I'm sorry.
Was it 18 plus 7 for 25?
25. Alright. Problematic, but not the necessarily important one here.
I just wish he did that before! Would have been useful a couple times.
As well, his mental stability is questionable, therefore his strategics. Are you still fit for... Sorry. Are you still fit for duty?
Once I feel like all this thing is finally out of my system, probably. I don't think it'd be good to try to groggily search for people that are trying to be missing.
Good.
Can I get a better status update? Like, did anyone see what direction anyone went? I can think about this while I'm waiting for this whatever to get out of my system.
Turns to him, you were on the wall. Turns to one of the soldiers, you were on the wall at the time. Give a direction. He goes, they were kind of, what little bits I could catch sight of them, they were flickering in and out of sight.
They, who they?
But more...
They, who they? Everyone?
The siren and...
Okay.
The siren and the younger individual, the more slight individual, who was with them. Looking at a sight multiple times off into the southeast direction. And shortly after, the very large explosive man and a robotic saurian reptile thing was running off in a similar direction.
Well, they're probably gonna go try to find Nessa. If you're going to do anything, I suggest following that group. Robot will probably lead them back. Since Crystal, which is the siren's name for whatever the fuck it matters, can teleport, tracking her is going to be a nightmare. But the dinosaur might make it easy.
Did you have a start?
What the fuck happened with Schmeat? Other than him not mauling me to death, which I am thankful
Grimace
for.
slightly. He appears to have disappeared shortly after exiting the wall.
Did you get a direction
Possible to
on
restrain
him? A possible
Possible
thresher.
Thresher ate him.
So in other words, he's fucking he's Jonah-ing it, or Pinocchio-ing it, whichever of these references is better for you.
So, get yourself ready. Get on the move. We don't have long before this will go cold, and as you've said, a teleporting individual is hard to track, and the longer you give them, the harder it'll be, I feel.
Am I going with a squad or am I alone? How do you
I'll
want?
send you 2 individuals to start with. Once you find a location, they slow down, let us know, and we'll be there shortly.
Okay, so scout ahead. Do you have like a bike in your motor pool?
Could be provided.
It's likely they're on foot, so there might be places that the truck can't go.
One can be provided.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm gonna go to the mess and try to have something sugary, cause that sucked.
While you head to the mess and take this break, I would like to flick over to Crystal and Nessa. How late do you wish to push?
What time is it?
You guys got here late at night. Like, it's gonna be dark within the hour.
Nessa can't run all night, I don't think.
I was going to say until Nessa got tired, we got exhausted.
Okay. So as you guys start to slow down towards the end of this, and probably start looking for a spot to camp, I have a question. How are the two of you feeling at the moment?
They weren't good.
You really want to ask that sort of question?
Nessa had to leave her
But we're
best friend
told.
behind.
Not to mention being betrayed and potentially sold for your bounty.
Yeah. The people she thought she trusted, she can't trust anymore. Turns out they're just like her family.
Crystal, where are you at?
I want to say I'm along the same sort of boat. Like, it's not unexpected. I didn't expect anything less from Death Row or Barry.
Do you mean Bertram?
No, Barry. I meant Barry.
Barry?
That was a
What
weird
did
one,
you do?
Brady.
No, I expected them both to just sell me out the moment they got the chance. Either
But
one of
Barry
them.
didn't.
Bertram doing so hurts. Bertram doing so hurts a lot.
Barry
Bertram's
didn't
also
sell you
smart.
out.
Not this time, you didn't, but you could have.
Why would I sell you out? They
You
give
don't
a
know
damn
she
about
said
money,
this.
and that's what they want.
Stop it. I will ask, please, not to interrupt on this one. We're trying to go everybody as we will be to you in a moment.
Bertram doing so hurts a lot. But also knowing Bertram, this could be part of some elaborate plan that he put forth on the top of his, or drop of a hat or something. But also getting me to think in that sort of mindset could also be one of Bertram's plans. So, I'm confused, concerned, feeling betrayed. But also not really. This isn't really unexpected.
Yes, known master of intrigue.
Alright. So, are you guys, is anybody watching as you guys try to find a place to set up camp?
Well, if Rex was us, at least.
Rex is not with you, remember?
No, he's not. I had to leave my
Rex
best
isn't.
friend
No,
behind.
Rex is.
Tex isn't. Rex may be.
Rex is with us. He was in
Okay.
Crystal's bag.
No, that's right.
I thought the Rex was the big one, and Tex was the small one.
It's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
But we've been going
I
the
gotta
other way around the entire time. Tonight.
No,
the entire
I get
night.
confused sometimes. But okay, are you having them stand watch?
Yeah. If he sees anything, he'll let out a little alarm.
All right.
I'm watching as well for the first couple hours. Enough
Make a perception check. For Crystal, and make a perception check for Rex.
To be absolutely clear, we wouldn't be just camping out in the open if we had the chance. We'll be like finding a cave, blocking it up, make it look normal.
Trying to find a crevice or a small cave area to hide in, which is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I look at that. That's fair. You can have that.
Perception check.
Correct.
29.
Okay.
Give me just a second. 19.
All right. Barry, as you are running and starting to go into the darkness and trying to keep up with Tex as he relentlessly is running currently, trying to find an area. Trying to find them, it seems.
Have they just been beelining or
How are you?
going all around?
How are you feeling? It's started out extremely steady, and then after that, it started to be more sporadic of run, stop, looking around for stuff, keep running, stopping, looking around for stuff, keep running.
I think I need to go and do a check here. Does
Alright.
they really know where the thing is?
Insight
Oh,
check
this
the
isn't
robot.
going to be something you can insight a robot on.
No, I mean, does it look
Lost.
they're kind of... I think I could, given the fact that they've not found them yet, and they're just kind of duh.
It's not just duh. It's running in a direction for a while, following stuff, stopping, looking around, seemingly finding something, and then running in a direction again.
In the same direction?
Pretty
Or different-
steadily along a trail. It's not like just a bunch of sporadic all over the place.
Oh, there's a trail.
Search.exe.
Shouldn't be a trail.
Beepily boop boop.
I don't exactly leave footprints while I'm phasing.
Yeah, but you can only phase a couple times, and she didn't disable that until late.
True.
Oh, so, yeah, so you can only go on phase for so
My
many
bad,
times.
B.
So you've just been running, apparently.
Definitely
trail
haven't had a
follow.
short rest while we're running.
Nope, there is no short rest while hard marching. So, how is Barry feeling?
Barry is tired. Barry would like to find the other people and take a nap. Barry would like to know why everything just went to hell. Barry is very confused. Barry follows the trail. Barry might be shutting down.
Alright. Make one last con save.
Yeah, I wonder how long this is gonna last. Okay. So that's a 18 on the die plus 4.
That's enough.
22.
Very much enough as you continue loping after it for a while. In a while longer. Crystal,
Start calling out to Crystal.
you start
Nessa?
hearing a ping, ping, ping. And then his footsteps picking up in speed and rapidity and clarity. What are you doing?
I'm getting as close as possible to Nessa. Getting prepared to go just disappear.
But you don't have any more faces, do you? Do you?
Depends on how
You
long they've been
don't?
sitting there.
Depends on how long we've been sitting here.
And shortly enough, as you steadily wait for a sight, Tex comes looming out of the darkness.
How the... What?
Covered in mud and dirt, and probably like 100 feet behind, like just sucking wind, sweat pouring, gasping loud, is Barry, who looks like Tex, except worse because he doesn't have robo legs.
Yeah, no, this is the point where I would wake up Nessa. When Tex appeared, I would have woke her up. Hey, get up.
Crystal!
We got company.
What?
Crystal!
Over there.
And just
Don't take another step.
and stops at the front of the cave, just a few feet from you guys.
What'd you say, Crystal?
Nessa's gonna run to Tex.
Hey,
Stop
Nessa.
her. What are you,
I can't
what are you
deny
doing
a
here?
text for you.
Everybody
I think
talked
by
at
this
once.
Point, Barry is just kind of doing that kind of wobble on back and forth a bit where you're just like, you're just tired. Right? And just, yeah. Barry's doing the wobble.
Nessa's gonna
Nessa.
point her pistol at him.
I have a buzz axe in my hand.
Barry is Barry. Barry doesn't even notice. Barry doesn't care. I kept an eye on him for you, Nessa. Why'd we start running? What the hell just happened?
Were you followed?
So there's all this stuff on him. Of course he's going to be followed.
Well, I followed you in the first place. You and Dex.
No. You didn't follow me, you followed Tex.
Love, how did Tex find us?
I don't know.
I mean, you had to run here to get here.
We have no idea.
You know this. You designed Tex. You worked on this. You worked on him. You designed him like a Saurian,
Oh, that
and that
means-
includes hunting and following things.
He's a tracker. He's the goodest boy. But he wasn't supposed to come here.
The last order you gave Tex was follow.
I know. I'm aware of what I said, okay? But then Nessa didn't know that they could track him.
You knew they could track. You made them.
Well, no, Nessa didn't know that the other bad guys would be able to track Tex.
How is Barry a bad guy? How am I the bad
That's
guy?
Well, she said, no, you're not a bad guy, okay?
You came with
I
Jethro.
asked this
Jethro
aloud.
betrayed us.
Who? What, Bertram? Why?
Jethro.
Jethro.
Not Bertram.
Jethro. Okay, maybe I can see it. But why?
Yeah, so can you check Tex for any tracking, anything? Anything that'll give off a signal?
Can I check him?
Sit
Make a
down.
tech check.
It's her
Barry
tech.
kind of just collapses on the ground, just like catches his breath.
And you, move your comms, like now.
Okay.
Not that 20.
I remove
Okay.
said comms.
All right. So Tex isn't meant to be sending out signals or a bunch of other things. The only thing he has is following the one you have as like a I need to get back beacon. And it doesn't look like anything got added on.
But if Tex could track us, that means that somebody else could track us.
You're
But
smart.
he
That
is
would
the
always
goodest
have been
boy.
You're smart enough to know that would have always been the case with the fact that you guys are running across anything. Tracking is always going to be a risk if you take off running or driving in any instance.
And I'm assuming that Tex would be pretty easy to follow. I'm sorry. Well, apparently he is easy to follow because Barry followed him.
Why wouldn't I
offense,
follow
Barry.
him?
This means we need to
taken.
go.
Alrighty.
No. I said we need to go. Not you need to go.
Why wouldn't I go?
I'm
Why
sorry,
would you
Barry, but
come?
I mean this in the best way possible, but I've been hurt a lot today, and I've been hurt a lot in the past month or so, and I don't know if I can just keep doing that.
Barry blinks at her.
I don't know who I can trust anymore. And I mean this in the nicest way, Barry, but I don't know you very well. And apparently, in this place, people just sell their friends. And I didn't know I didn't know people would do that. But now I don't know if I can trust anybody anymore. And I don't know if you should follow us. So I think that you should just go.
Barry sits in a sad sit. Alright then. Why do I feel like a dog from one of those movies?
Now, if our paths meet again one day, I will be nothing but nice to you, but I can't trust you.
Barry nods.
I just hope
Very
that Smeek's okay. Because we left him there.
Everybody ran. Everybody went different directions. I have not seen him though. Might have went different way though. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Barry, but we need to go.
Packing up all our stuff. Picking up camp. Getting ready to leave again. Riding through the middle of the night.
She's gonna go give Barry a hug.
Places a tracker on her back.
He explodes.
Oh god.
Roll initiative.
So much simpler.
You have hurt Barry on an emotional level. He cannot take this as a barbarian.
Barry pats Nessa on the head. It will be alright. We shall see each
I'm
other
sorry.
some other day.
You know, you joke.
Barry's just sad Barry, just sitting in a corner. Just being sad.
You joke about that tracking device. The berry explodes with no obvious anything. I'm still not completely sold on that nanobots idea.
Barry uses fucking magic, bitch.
So, as you guys head into the night, I'm gonna call a small break.
Where's Schmeat?
Schmeat's napping in a hole, I get the feeling. In a tunnel system.
In other words, what Barry's about to be doing.
He's gonna burrow up out of the ground at a campsite eventually.
Final confirmation break.
Small time for a break, yes.
Sure.
As I puzzle together next step. Fully.
Yeah.
This is the hard part of the RPG, where you still have to fight multiple enemy mobs. Except your party's been split multiple ways.
You're not part of the party anymore. What are you talking about?
That doesn't change the fact that the party has been split multiple ways.
I've got Bertram.
Do you?
Barry has no one. Poor
questionable.
Barry.
Sorry.
I
I'm
wasn't
not.
expecting that much outlash at Barry, who was sitting next to you peacefully the whole time.
Nah,
Security risk. That's not worth taking.
nah, fuck
Barry's
him.
about as simple as
And that's
me
not for not
is.
trusting anybody.
Barry is
There wasn't
clearly...
even an insight check to see, hey, is he acting shitty and shady? Just
No,
no,
Barry's-
fuck off.
Barry
Well, you know, I
clearly-
didn't think Barry was either. We inside and checked the bad guys, and they were fine. Don't give me inside check bullshit.
What are you saying, Medina?
I just said I was in a hole.
Robert?
Yeah.
Oh,
Barry is clearly the second most devious and should be the one that is thrown under the bus for everything.
Barry's about as simple as Smeet is. Alright? He's
Not
a
in
very
their
kind. I know, it's crazy. Yes, the one who lives in a monastery. His entire goal is just going to get his holy relic back. Yeah. I mean, you don't care about the money.
I was just working on a car at this point, just, well, they're gone.
I don't know what the hell we're gonna do now. Got to get the band back together.
You're only a couple days away, and I gotta somehow sniff you guys out.
It's okay, they ran, there's footprints.
And they're just gonna find a very sad Barry moping about in a cave.
They
Who
said
might
they didn't
get a
wanna be
tad bit
friends
catchy
anymore.
And then who might get a tad bit catchy at the reintroduction of the bad guys.
Well, good look out there,
Better
Bertram. Have fun.
Well, they're sending me
better be
alone
prepared
without
to
even a
talk
party for
fast.
some reason. So yeah,
Nope, I got stuff to build.
not even
all
expecting
you.
you, just like some guys.
Hey, we have seen the power of just some dudes.
I know, which is why I'm surprised I don't have them.
Y'all better be ready to talk real fast.
Especially if one of them has the dude status.
They become that. They do not initially have it. It becomes that.
Dylan has not got to witness the dude.
No, I have no idea.
The dude has 4 or 5 high-level bosses under his kill belt by firing a crossbow bolt at the end of initiative, basically.
This sounds familiar. Where have I heard this before?
I might have
Matt,
told you. You might have been told this before.
Maybe. There's like a little random NPC you guys took along with you.
Well, that's Skronk that does a lot of the finishing. But this
It was
just
my temporary character.
Matt had a temporary for a few sessions while his other one was dead.
Because he blew himself up.
I did not blow myself up. I was lit. I was exploded by necrotic dragon breath.
He pissed off a dragon, which
I
decided
wasn't in the explosion at all.
Hey, I can't say shit if something similar happened to me for what? Merrick Green Bottle? Oh yes. Hello, Mr. Sea Dragon. Come up out of the river and go roar.
Rawr.
Oh, that was forever ago now.
Very long day.
Oh yeah, it's been ages.
Oh. What do you mean? That was last night.
It was one very long night.
Yeah, it was
That
last night.
happened in an hour.
Yeah, last night.
Even at night, that was just like an hour ago.
No, you guys had a rest.
You slept, so
It was last night.
yeah. I hate time magic so much.
That's unfortunate, I say.
You say as we're going to Chronomancy area with Band of Fire.
Ah, Eric. I feel like there's 2 words that need to be said then.
There's a lot, but I don't know what specific one.
Zawaldo!
Ah,
And then Jodat gets punched like 20 times. And then
Okay,
time
but
was
who-
First,
and then he just beat the shit out of while everyone was just standing there.
Who gets it with the steamroller?
I could survive that.
Ashnir.
Flecked.
It goes back in the sky and then comes back down.
best thing about time being stoned is people can't take reactions. And a hit is a critical hit.
What's that?
Third time stop spell? It sounds familiar.
There is a time stop spell, but it's not that great.
Yeah, it kind of makes it to where the moment you actually like do anything involving anyone else, it just fails.
Because it has it resume as soon as you deal damage, or something like that.
And it's concentration, so you can't set up other stuff on top of yourself, really. It's like...
But you can empty out, however many turns worth of cow traps around everyone.
Can
You have
you
the bag of
put
holding with all the bricks.
Can
Yeah.
you put a bag of holding inside another bag of holding, though,
Yeah, that
and
yeah.
run away?
No, because when you put them in, they'll go off.
Well, I mean, you stop time, though.
Yeah, for everyone but you, so the stuff that you does will still go off.
Okay.
Bag of holding over
Can
their
you
head.
do it
Optics still
and then
move.
just like Misty step the fuck out?
You could like open a bag of holding and then like have us like make the other bag smaller and like drop it in and then run the fuck out of the distance.
Yeah, that'll work. That'd work.
Or just have a bunch of runes carved and just drop them around their feet.
Sounds so bad for a 9th level spell.
Not great.
It doesn't do a whole ton. Yeah, you can take extra turns, but
I mean, you can cast like
well,
fire
they're
shield
traps.
on yourself. And then
They're
think about
traps.
life.
at minimum, that's just 2 turns that you take by yourself. That's 2 actions.
None of which can hurt people.
None of which you can hurt people or set up anything that could hurt people. Or move 1,000 feet.
Yeah, too bad they don't let you go full Dio and just like, I would like to throw knives and just sit there and have all the projectiles waiting in the air, and then when time is due, then they go off.
Point blank disintegration ray.
You can
See,
just
they
do
do
that
fail
anyway.
They fail, I'll say, yeah, but you're guaranteeing they fail the deck save.
There are easier ways.
Yeah, like being a chronergist and just telling them they fail.
There's a reroll. They're a force fail.
Yeah, chronergist, their level 14 one is they basically say, oh, no, you're rolling one below the fail number, or some, yeah, they have a you fail
It's just
ability.
rude.
And it can also be used to make someone pass, but it's, you know, it's literally a just, you change their roll would be either the DC or one below it. So essentially they auto pass or they auto fail something.
Does it change the roll or the outcome of the roll?
It changes the outcome. It makes it
Okay.
whatever would be.
So it can make
It
a fire giant fail a DC 10 strength save.
Yes.
– 14th level?
Chronergist. They take a level of exhaustion every time they use it, but
Oh no.
But
It ends fights.
I'm gonna cast Disintegrate. No, you fail. Now, say creatures can legendary resistance this though. But I mean, if you get those burned out of the way first, and then fuck. Excuse me. Yes, you polymorph.
So you could theoretically just use it 5 times. And then you'll be fine. There's no limit. You just take a level of exhaustion.
It's probably a level of exhaustion and also this, that, or the other thing.
No, it's just level of exhaustion.
Oh.
And you can affect any creature within 60 feet of you as a reaction.
I see.
Yeah, no, Chronergist is considered the strongest wizard for a reason. Yeah, most people consider it divination or Chronergist.
Divinations, basically. You rolled a 2. Why? Because fuck you.
So yeah, but it has more RNG in the case of you might roll like 2 10s or something. It relies on people rolling high or low for those situations. Which, either way, can still do a lot of good.
Not having the rolls of gods.
Yeah, like this party. This session's been a really weird one. Then again, Dagon did also fail the laughing check.
Both times.
Both times. Dagon failing on
Good
purpose.
joke.
Dagon hears it a third time, fails on purpose. I want to hear the joke. Oh, now I get it. Just falls on his face. Back down to 0 health.
Yeah, plug his ears next time.
And it's next time on Borderlands for the 2-person campaign of Barry and Schmeat, who will surely find each other somehow.
Smee's got good tracking.
Along with Crystal and
Smee
Nessa.
looking for Barry.
No, but you'll
The three-
just find each other.
He's
The
a
three-way-
packed animal.
The 3-way group split of the two simplistic barbarians, the two emotional women, and then the two apathetic people are just kind of just going, whatever.
It's hilarious.
Here, Bertram, I made you a crossbow. Shoot it into someone and it explodes. Why? Because fuck them.
2 apathetic people on the base. The 2 simplest barbars, are both in caves. And the 2 emotional women are off on their quest. What is a quest? Who knows?
Huffing it back on foot again.
You want us taking emotional damage.
Reasonably, they should have been a lot
Barry.
more. I'll say reasonably, they should have been a lot more tired than Barry was.
Probably.
Left those stat changes behind in first edition. They can stay there.
I'm just talking about because Barry has a higher con mod.
The difference was where they made it to where they were going, Barry had to rebound it on an awkward track, and they've had time to sit down for a little bit.
Okay, that's back. Alright.
What is wrong with this wizard?
Which one?
The chronology wizard.
I told you.
I'm just
They
looking through these, and then it's just wow.
blatantly powerful.
Yeah. 6th level, you can just incapacitate something, and it can't take any actions or anything until after your next turn. Like use up to 5 times.
It's okay, look at the Graviturge wizard. They were made by the same person at the same time.
It feels so much weaker. I've read the Graviturge and I
is.
didn't understand anything about it. I don't know why it's useful, or if it's useful at all.
You need a lot of 3D verticality for it to be more useful, and it wants to take your concentration with half of its abilities.
Whereas nothing here requires concentration, it's just a reaction, and then it's done. And there's nothing you can do about it.
All I'm saying is, fuck you, you got hit by Meteor Swarm. You failed. That's it. You're taking 40d6. Fuck you.
So,
Thaddeus
as
has
and I
to
working on this.
Thaddeus has discovered the Chronergy Wizard. We may all suffer consequences from this in the future.
Yeah.
Make sure
Most of the
make sure
abilities
to-
require you to fail a save.
Make sure to take Silvery Barbs on it as well.
You don't need silvery barbs.
But
Sure
you
you
can
do.
take
You
it
can-
just to be an ass.
You can make them
Oh.
re-roll even more shit.
The first ability you get makes you re-roll.
Yeah, you can
Everything.
have 2 re-roll abilities. Just fuck them.
So, tossing this out now, as I am willing to admit my flaws in this situation, if I am not an amazing at on the fly for everything yet, I may perhaps, as the night fades in, call session here as I spend time figuring out how to continue from this point.
If this was on the table, we probably should have done this before we sat here with the on-break sign.
Yeah, I was trying to find a solution, and my brain is not cooperating right now.
Get the 2 barbarians together, maybe?
And I'm more than willing to
At the
admit
very
when
least,
I'm flawed in this situation.
At the very least, like what he said, if there's a chance for the 2 barbarians to find each other again, so it's not as much of a split. I'm fine solo.
Yeah, well, that's part of what I'm trying to figure out.
Well-
We've got Team Barbar, Team Emotional Woman, and Team
Man, don't call us a team.
We're paired together.
Oh,
We're paired
I felt the tension there.
We're paired together at the moment with these people.
Yeah, I'm aware.
It's okay. We both know we're not a team.
So long as we know.
Jethro's just waiting for you to leave and just hoping you don't come back.
Never.
He's just there, just like, I don't care if they come back. I just don't want them to seek vengeance. I literally just got an R&D job.
But they are both wandering aimlessly. One of them can
I'm
find
aware.
trouble.
Have you ever heard
aware.
that, have you ever heard that TikTok audio that's like, if I ever see that cheeky motherfucker? Pew pew.
I'm somewhere on a motorcycle. Probably driving around in circles for God knows how long. Because the only tracks I have are Big Metal Man. Don't
Alright.
steal from me.
Um,
I'll hit you with it.
I know.
Motorcycle. Okay.
But I need
Hit you.
time to plan, as I am not getting very cooperative. I am going to have to call it and figure out how to continue. This is outside. This is way farther outside. I didn't walk in with expectations, and this ended up extremely worse than I ever expected.
Except for the Crimson Lance's ancient thing, everything's pretty much where I saw it at, which is why at the end of the last session, at the very least,
So,
Robert and I
just
were
give me
like,
some
oh.
time to plan.
Well, I think he planned on
And we'll
it,
come back.
not splitting. As
I was
much.
kind of expecting them to, let Barry stay with the group.
So you
Of course
don't
not.
want to see Barry and Schmeat fight a Thresh.
That may happen still, but at the moment, I'm going to have to say I'm done. I need time to plan, and I don't want to make everybody just sit here and blah.
Alrighty.
You know, I'll try to figure out where I'm going.
All right, Eric. Gonna have to use those editor man powers and just chop
Nah,
this
man.
off.
Trainwreck remains. It's a
No, this is
charm.
part of it.
This was the table.
Snap.
Well, this was table talking, so
Talking about a session that isn't recorded, and this one abruptly ending. So, unless there's
happens
anything
sometimes.
else.
Sometimes you hit a moment where you're just stumped on what to do, and you need time to fix it, or time to figure out how to continue. That's part of it.
Unless there's anything else, I'm gonna hit the stop buttons.
Was the last session not recorded?
No, they were talking about the Dagon was mentioned.
Oh,
Island
never
stuff.
mind.
Yeah.
Here. Got it, yeah.
No, the Band of
Adventure.
Iron's on there like it should be.
I'm talking about Band of Iron, I'm talking about Borderlands.
Yeah, that one's on there too.
Gestalt should be as well.
Alrighty.
Gotta say, it's the exact way I thought it was gonna go. Like from 2 weeks ago, from the last session.
Good foresight.
Well, I mean,
That's
if
the
it's how
promise.
you thought it would go, then it's going to go how you think it's going to go.
Well, it might. Like, it's not
Sure.
Schrodinger's. I think it's gonna be a 6, so then it's a 6. I'm specifically referencing Zero Escape, which nobody else here except Patty stars. So, you know.
Monstrously stupid sewer people. God, really, Max?
That's a American Dad quote.
Ah. Alrighty.
And here I was thinking it's Futurama.
Let's get out of here. Goodbye.
You still on? Thought you ended
Yeah.
the stream.
Oh man,
We were tabletop.
train wreck, 100%.
That's how it happens sometimes.
Down in flames.
Are we off?